Welcome to part 3 of the Wildlife Devlog series. Now in this part we're going to be going through a couple gameplay changes that I've made and a whole lot of background stuff. So, first of all, I'd like to show off what I've done with interacting with the environment. So here, I've added an animation to the tree so it'll fall down when it is punched 3 times. And as you can see, it'll fall to the ground and then disappear. And I did something similar with the rock. I couldn't get it so the rock broke or anything, so I just had it kind of fade into nothingness. And after this, I was trying to do multiplayer, which is something that I've never done before. So this is some of the code that I used to build the server. Now, the server was a little wonky when I first started doing it because I was following an outdated tutorial. And I realized that later on after I'd basically built the whole thing that it really wouldn't work for my game. But I'll kind of show you the process that I went through of making it and all that kind of stuff, even though it's not what I'm going to use in the final game. So this is kind of like the server connection part. You'll type in a username and hit connect, and a little message will pop up saying that you connected to the server. But since this is outdated, the API for Unity doesn't really support this style anymore. So I'm going to have to change that, and later in the video I'll kind of go into how I go about changing that. So this will kind of show off just basically type in a username or whatever. Actually, I'll open up Visual Studio because that's where the actual server is, and I'll show it actually connecting to the server. So this is what I decided to do to change everything. So I started following another tutorial which went into Photon, which is basically a multiplayer connectivity plugin for Unity. You still have to do a lot of programming, but a lot of the server connectivity is already set up for you. So basically, all I have to do is override some of the functions that are already in Photon. And that's kind of what I go through in this part of the video, is I'm basically just creating some functions that set up the player's username, set up the ability to type in the username, have it so that the username is remembered throughout gameplay. So if you type in one username and it doesn't exist yet, it'll create a new username within a save file, and then every time you type in that username from then on, it'll remember you and it'll remember all the data associated with your character. So that way when you leave a match, all your progress is saved within that name. So this will hopefully work. I'm still currently working on it. This is not by any means the finished product, what I'm showing you right now. But this is just a lot of the coding that went into it. Basically, this whole devlog was me coding the network, which took forever and I didn't really understand any of it. So yeah, following the tutorial, I'll put a link in the description to the tutorial that I was following. It's very well paced and I did learn a lot, even though I didn't really understand a lot of it. But basically, this is the devlog for this week. It was me creating that little gameplay change where the trees will fall down and the rocks will fade away, and a lot of networking. And the networking really isn't my favorite thing to do. It's not a whole lot of fun. It's not like gameplay programming where you can see the results immediately. So I don't really find it as satisfying or enjoyable. So I'm really excited in the next devlog to kind of move past networking, maybe take a break from it for a little bit and right back into coding an inventory system, the ability to pick up items, that kind of stuff. Because I find that a whole lot more exciting than networking and a lot of background stuff. Even though the background stuff is essential, it's not really the most fun thing to do. So that was the devlog for this week. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more devlogs. Peace out.